it up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Bernardo forwards. Hey, that's it! Rochester has the lead, and again, it's St. Louis.
Toyota Field here in San Antonio has been void of action for the past 3 weeks, but no more as tonight San Antonio FC returns home for their second game of the season before the home crowd as they welcome in Tulsa Roughnecks FC in USL action. Good evening, everyone. Along with my partner, former Austin Aztec defenseman Ryan Rochandel, I'm Dan Weiss. It's great to have you with us. Ryan, it is week 6 of the USL season. San Antonio returning home. They come into this game with a record of 1 win, 2 losses, 2 draws. Having said that, though, a lot of positive things for this team as they come into play tonight, aren't there?
Yes, for sure. I mean, 5 games in, like you said, to the franchise's history, this being the 6th. The system has been put in play. They want to play with attacking, creative style of game. So now it's about erasing those 2 losses that they took on the road, getting their first home win in franchise history.
Meanwhile, the Tulsa Roughnecks FC, they are in a very similar position here with San Antonio. They're looking for offense as they begin a 4-game road trip tonight, and they're coached by the legendary David Irving, who was inducted into the USL Hall of Fame. Having said that, him and San Antonio FC head coach Darren Powell have very different styles, don't they?
They do. I mean, Tulsa Roughnecks known for more of a direct style of play. We like to play, like to keep the ball on the ground, possession, attacking, creative style of game. So how do San Antonio FC deal with that? And then how do they dictate their style of play?
2 teams that are at the bottom of the table right now, but a couple of wins, you can move right back up to the top in a hurry, and that's what both teams are going to look to do here tonight. We'll have starting lineups in our kickoff when we return to Toyota Field.
Well, I'm thirsty.
We have juice, teas, and over 100 ways to create your drink with our Coca-Cola Freestyle.
Wow, that's a lot of drinks.
Need a boost? We've got fresh coffee and great deals on energy drinks.
That's cool and hot.
Ready to relax? Check out our craft beer and wine selection.
Classy.
How else can we help?
That's it. I'll just take these. Thanks.
Don't forget the milk!
We're your juice, tea, soda, coffee, energy drink, beer, wine, milk, and more store. We're fresh and friendly. We're Corner Store.
Some excel because they're destined to. Most excel because they are determined to. They set out to outperform, outwork, out-hustle, outthink, and innovate. That's how you become outstanding at what you do. It doesn't matter if you're running a team or running a business. Prepare like no one else, and when you get the opportunity to excel, you will be ready.
For anything.
Your summer plans just got a whole lot brighter. Saturday, May 14th at 7 is Stars Basketball opening night. Grab a seat for as low as $10 a ticket and come early for a free throwback t-shirt to celebrate the WNBA's 20th season. Head over to sastars.com for more info.
rendition of our anthem here tonight at Toyota Field. The home crowd and supporters thrilled to see San Antonio FC back at their first ever matchup, first of 4 this season, with Tulsa Roughnecks FC. But let's take a look at our starting 11 tonight for both clubs. First for San Antonio FC, again with a record of 1 win, 2 losses, 2 draws. Here's their starting 11 tonight. And Carlos Alvarez has really been a key cog on the offensive end, Ryan, in the early part of the season.
Yes, for sure. I mean, he's kind of like the quarterback of the team. We need to get the ball on him as much as we can. He's going to create for us and hopefully get us some good goal-scoring opportunities.
6th start in net for Josh Ford. He's given up just 4 goals in his first 5 starts, and only Sacramento Republic and Colorado Springs have given up fewer goals this season than San Antonio FC. Let's take a look at the Tulsa Roughnecks. They come into play tonight with a record of 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 draw, and they're led up top by their captain, where's number 9, Sammy Ochoa.
Yeah, big man up top. They're going to look, like I said, to be a direct style of team, and he's going to be the one that's going to hold the ball up for him. So we need to be aware of that and hopefully keep him pinned in and not let him turn and get shots on goal.
They have a rookie goalkeeper by the name of Alexander Mangles. He's from Cal Berkeley, and in the first 4 weeks of the season, he faced 34 shots on target. So this is a Tulsa Roughnecks team that has given up a lot in terms of attack and offense from the opposition. We'll see what San Antonio FC can do here tonight. Again, there's a look at Josh Ford, who last season played with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers in the North American Soccer League. And of course, he was with Orlando City in MLS. He has been, Ryan, simply outstanding. A real stalwart on the back end so far here for San Antonio FC in the early part of the year.
Yes, for sure. I mean, he's our captain. He's the one that leads the team from the back. Obviously, he's been a great goalkeeper, great reactions, great saves, kept us in the games. Hopefully, we don't need to call his name too much tonight, but if it happens, he'll be there to stop it for us.
He was the 2010 Big East Goalkeeper of the Year at UConn, set all-time records for starts, wins, and shutouts. And again, there's a look at Sammy Ochoa, the 28-year-old who spent a lot of time in MLS. In fact, back in 2012 with the Seattle Sounders, he had 8 goals in 18 appearances. And last year here in Tulsa, 9 goals to lead the team. And he has followed David Irving for the last couple of years. He was with him in Wilmington back in 2014 as well.
Yeah, so that makes him, obviously he knows the coach's style. He's very familiar with how he wants to play, and like I said, he's going to be the main guy up top. So we need to be aware of where he is at all times and don't let him get too much involved into the game.
So for San Antonio FC, and again, we talked a little bit about this at the top. Again, they're looking like Tulsa Roughnecks FC to find the back of the net tonight. San Antonio FC scored 3 times in their opening game in Seattle, but if you go back over the last 4 games, Ryan, it's been tough to score just 2 goals. And in fact, San Antonio FC has gone the last 2 games without a goal. In fact, they've gone over 181 minutes in regulation time without a goal. But it's not as bad as Tulsa Roughnecks FC. They come into play tonight. They have not scored a goal in the last 270 minutes. Their last goal was in the 5th minute of stoppage time all the way back on April the 2nd. Against the Swope Park Rangers. That goal scored by Taylor Morgan.
Well, yeah, let's hope that Tulsa keeps that streak alive of no goals in these next 90 minutes. As for San Antonio, I mean, everything's been good. The build-up play has been great. It's the final ball. The final shot, the final ball is the most important. We need to execute that. If we do that, we'll have our chances. We just got to put them away.
San Antonio FC will take the kickoff to start. Couple new faces in the lineup for the first time to start this year. Sean Chin makes his first start, as does the first-year pro Victor Arujo, who played at Trinity College here locally in San Antonio. And we are underway. 2nd home game of the season for San Antonio FC here at Toyota Field. Their last home game back on April the 9th was a 1-1 draw with Swope Park Rangers. Coming off a 3-game trip, Tulsa Roughnecks FC, they're beginning a 4-game road trip. This is just their 2nd road game of the season. Their last road game was 2 weeks ago. They played to a 0-0 draw against St. Louis. Bobby Mosley on the left back here tonight, as him and Greg Cochran will play back tonight also for the first time together this season. Greg Cochran playing back on the right side. Across the top of the box there, Rafa Castillo, and headed away. And this is Kaleem at the midfield line for Tulsa Roughnecks FC. What a great story that he is. He is the first Pakistani-born player to ever play North American soccer. He played last season in Sacramento and comes over to Tulsa this year. The Roughnecks back to chase Alex Mangles. And for San Antonio FC, what's important here early as far as setting the pace and setting the tempo?
Well, early in the game, it's always kind of early jitters. People are trying to go all out, kind of fast pace. How can we settle down as quickly as we can, get into our rhythm, get into our shape, and then start playing the way that we like to play? It's always going to be fast paced at the beginning, but how can we settle down and play our game?
It's a throw in for the Roughnecks. And into the middle, ball played in the direction of driving Taylor Morgan, who we said he has their last goal for the Tulsa Roughnecks back in the early part of this month. Now San Antonio FC on the counter. This is Arujo right by the touchline. He'll draw a throw in on the tackle by David Abador. And now they'll actually say that it was Arujo who went off on the touchline and throw it for Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Ball in the middle here, and Martinez, as Tourier will come back with it. And a takeaway here. Morgan will play outside, and Kaleem was looking for a handball. Crosses into the middle, and Terrier will take it away. In the opening minutes of this one here at Toyota Field, first sustained pressure into the attacking zone for Tulsa Roughnecks FC, and now they'll settle back on their side of the field.
Yeah, so far, I mean, San Antonio, we're settled in okay, but I would like to see us complete passes a little bit better. Right now, a little too many careless giveaways. I think we're a little bit more skilled and able to keep the ball here. And right now, we're having a little bit of a tough time just connecting passes.
Arujo, who scored 20 times at Trinity over his collegiate career, and he draws a foul, and a free kick coming up for San Antonio FC here in the 4th minute of this one. And the supporters once again have filed into Toyota Field. Arujo drawing the foul there. That's called on Boulaby. Free kick for San Antonio FC here, as Arujo will take it. Crosses into the box and cleared away. And now space on the near side, but Mosley gets back. And a good run, Ryan, coming up the near side here. And again, that's that attack. Taylor Morgan, Sammy Ochoa playing up front of the forward spot. And again, you know Tulsa, they haven't scored in a while too, so you'd expect them to also try to push the pace here early as well.
Sure, you just saw it right there on the counterattack. They want to get the ball forward as quickly as possible. It looks like they're playing with 2 strikers up top tonight, and just from that play alone, they try to get up as quickly as they could, put the ball forward, and put us under pressure. So we need to be able to withstand that pressure and be able to play out of the back and get out of pressure ourselves.
You see San Antonio FC, Jason Johnson tonight playing on the left side for them. And I was talking with head coach Darren Powell yesterday. That's a new wrinkle for San Antonio FC's attack tonight. Kind of throwing something different at David Irving. And Johnson right there making life tough for the goalkeeper, Mangles.
Yeah, of course. Jason's a super fast guy. He's going to always give you pressure just because of his athleticism. I think putting him on the outside tonight might allow him to isolate himself with the defense and go one-on-one and put in some crosses for us to give some goal-scoring opportunities.
Sean Chin nodding that one down in the box. He played 18 minutes in Colorado last week. That was a game San Antonio FC lost 1-0, but they had their chances. Carlos Alvarez, 2 really big chances in the first half. As we'll take a look once again at Jason Johnson coming in and attacking the goalkeeper. Alex Mangles got a piece of it there with the right foot.
Showed great intuition there. I mean, he saw a soft pass back. He tried to bounce on it and almost got us a little deflection goal. It'd been nice.
Johnson scored twice in the season opener at Seattle. Rafa Castillo draw the foul in the middle. Castillo, of course, the elder statesman of this team, now 35 years of age, 9 caps with the Colombian national team between 2001 2003, and he really makes things go, Ryan, from the midfield position.
Yeah, I mean, he's the experience. He's the leader on this team as far as on the pitch, and yeah, I mean, he's done it all. He's been everywhere. He's seen every level of play and how he goes, how the team goes usually. So hopefully he's on it tonight and helps us connect from the midfield from the defense to the midfield to the forwards.
Araujo was driving to the top of the 18, but our referee for tonight, Marco Vega, had already called a foul. And for Tulsa Roughnecks FC, again, start of a 4-game road trip. It's a long trip for them as they will go to Vancouver and Seattle before finishing off in St. Louis before their next home game, which is not until the end of May. This is Belobi in the middle. And Abador, who played at Shattuck St. Mary in Minnesota, which is also a well-known hockey producing school as well, too. He's part of that U.S. National Development Academy in his first year pro. The lead ball on the left side is Kaleem's beaten to it. And again, it's that organization on the back end for San Antonio FC with the veterans, Cochran, McCarthy. And then you've got, of course, the 2 young guys in Sam McBride and Bobby Mosley as well, learning from those veterans, don't you?
Sure. I mean, they keep a great shape. Obviously, Stephen McCarthy is the one that's going to help keep us organized back there. And, of course, Josh as well behind him. He can see the whole field. And I think his leadership back there and his talking organization what keeps our shape well and keeps teams from scoring a lot of goals on us.
Johnson looking to the back post and unable to scamper over there. Carlos Alvarez again looking to get engaged, and we said Carlos Alvarez, he had San Antonio FC's 2 best chances in the game in Colorado Springs last week. In the 25th minute, he was wide alone against Billy Thompson. The backup goalkeeper for Colorado Springs switched backs because David Agoric left in the 19th minute of that game with what appeared to be a head injury. Alvarez was all alone against the keeper, and he was denied. And then also another big chance in the 44th minute as well for Alvarez, and kind of volleyed that one down to him. And Billy Thompson came in and did a real nice job there in relief for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC last game.
He did. I mean, it's always tough for a goalkeeper to come off the bench kind of cold and not really ready to play, but all professionals, they have to always be ready to play, think that they're going to play. Unfortunately for Carlos, he wasn't able to put the ball away, but that's what we talk about is execution, final pass, final goal, final shot, and hopefully, we can find that last minute shot, that finishing touch here pretty soon.
And when I talked to Darren Powell yesterday, he's not concerned at all about creating chances. It's, the chances have been there as Castillo will draw a foul and a free kick for San Antonio FC. The chances have been there for San Antonio FC. It's more about, again, just seeing that ball go into the back of the net, as we'll see Rafa Castillo in the middle drawing the foul on Taylor Morgan. Araujo and has it stripped and dispossessed, and Belubi will take it away before San Antonio FC will regroup. Michael Chin unable to chase it down. Again, this is Sean Chin's first start of the season. Played with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers the last 2 years. And Sean Chin actually played in the North American Soccer League Soccer Bowl here in this stadium against the San Antonio Scorpions back in 2014. So he is familiar with Toyota Field.
Yeah, another player, very experienced. He's been around the block a time or two here. I think it's a good spot to put him in. He's got great feet. Hopefully he's very clever. Get the ball on his feet from the top position and see if he can create something for us.
He entered the game in the 72nd minute last week in Colorado. Take a look at the rowdy supporters that we've got all across Toyota Field here tonight. As always, what we've seen here in these first two games has been an unbelievable festive atmosphere.
Oh, it's been great. I mean, the city is really taken to the team, and I know the guys on the team, they love coming out and playing in front of the fans here. The fans are rowdy. They get into it. They're loud. They're always they're playing the drums. They're screaming. They're going, and the guys love it. They feed off that energy, and I know they're dying to get the fans a win tonight.
The opening minutes here at Toyota Field, still looking for the game's first goal. San Antonio FC with a record of 1-2-2. Tulsa Roughnecks FC with a record of 1-3-1. There's a ball through, and it'll scamper by not only Taylor Morgan, but Josh Ford as well. And that's really Tulsa's first opportunity attacking into the box. They've not been able, again, to generate very much against that back end for San Antonio FC.
Yeah, we've stayed organized. Obviously, we know their game plan. They're going to play the ball long, direct style of play. As long as we keep our shape, we should be able to handle it. But I'd still like to see us try to settle into the game here a little bit more, connect some more passes, and see if we can't create our own chances on goal.
Off the back of Johnson, Arujo, nice touch. Chin swings to the outside. Alvarez. And Mangles flies high in the air to intercept. Carlos Alvarez, who was selected with his second overall pick by Chivas back in the 2013 draft. And then 11 picks later, it was Jason Johnson who was selected by Houston Dynamo. And now find themselves together on the attack for San Antonio FC. There's a counter, a rare one for Tulsa Roughnecks, and Sammy Ochoa trying to lead the attack here. To the outside, Kaleem. And well defended by Bobby Mosley. Young 20-year-old who is on loan from Stoke City of the English Premier League. And what do you like from the youngster Mosley here early on?
I mean, obviously, just because he's 20 years old doesn't mean he has a lot of experience. He's in with the English Premier League club. He might be young, but he's aggressive. He's experienced. He knows how to play the game. He knows position very well, and he's got a very lethal left foot. Can serve the ball, can play any kind of pass there is. So he's been a great addition to the team.
Don't miss the first ever San Antonio FC broadcast on Fox Sports Southwest. That'll be next Saturday at 7:30. As San Antonio FC will take on the Rio Grande Valley FC Toros for the first time this season. First of 5 meetings between those two clubs this year. Rio Grande Valley, who is hoping to move into their new facility sometime in June. And it's expected to be a beautiful pitch and stadium down in deep South Texas. Expected to seat almost 10,000 people. Another great addition to the array of facilities here in the USL. Belobi on the attack, and Jason Johnson coming back here, and now it's Mosley pushing forward. 15th minute. To the outside. Crossed into the box and easily cleared away there. Abador. Headed along by Terrier and knocked back as Alex Mangles, rookie goalkeeper. 21 starts in his collegiate career at Cal Berkeley, was player of the year in his senior year in high school from the Bay Area. And his senior year, he had 15 shutouts, leading his team to the Division II championship in Northern California. A tough task, rookie goalkeeper in his first year pro, and he has made every start for David Irving's Tulsa Roughnecks here. Of course, the more experienced Josh Ford, 28 years old, standing across the pitch from him. The sun has just about gone down here on the horizon tonight at Toyota Field. Beautiful conditions, by the way, for soccer tonight. Great day in San Antonio, and a real light breeze at the start of the game. And now the flags are almost stationary at this point. Really couldn't ask for better conditions for tonight's game.
No, perfect weather. You couldn't ask for anything better, like you said. This is a soccer player's dream to play in a game like this, weather like this, atmosphere is perfect. Now it's just time to lace up the boots and go for the win.
Especially considering last week in Colorado Springs, the team not only dealing with that altitude in Colorado Springs, but at times 30, 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts that was playing havoc with the ball. As Abador will intercept the chip at attempt for Jason Johnson. Cleared all the way back down to Josh Ford. Off the head of Kaleem. Both teams, again, seeing each other for the first time this year. The proximity between Tulsa and San Antonio makes it so that they'll see each other quite a few times this season, but you get the sense it's, as it typically is in the first 20 minutes or so, kind of a feeling out process, isn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, still kind of feeling each other out. I think San Antonio is starting to get into the game a little bit more now, starting to connect some passes, find the holes in between the defense and the midfield, and that's what's going to help them find the spaces and create goal-scoring opportunities. We've kept good shape in the back. The direct play hasn't hurt us yet. As long as we stay focused and keep that under wraps, we should be okay. We're just going to need to keep playing our game and connecting the passes, and hopefully that leads to goal-scoring opportunities.
Nice ball through as Cochran on the wing, sending it through, and it's cleared all the way across the midfield line. San Antonio FC again trying to counter-attack, but Tulsa pushing their back four here out past the 35, and now Castillo finding a little bit of daylight before the good play coming back there by the defense of Balobi. Chenarazzo to the outside. Gary Chenarazzo, normal right back, playing cross on the left back to allow Abador to play his right back position. Second time he's done that in as many weeks. As Rafa Castillo, just a moment ago, trying to find a little bit of daylight. Nice combination play there with Jason Johnson and Victor Araujo.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is how we want to play. Quick combinations, almost got it. Like I said, it's that execution, that final pass, and we're in there. But it's a good idea. That's what we're looking to do, and hopefully that'll keep going as the game continues.
Mosley looking to lead the attack here, along with Sam McBride, 21-year-old who played collegiately at Elon College in a couple of seasons, of course, with Darren Powell. He tries to go back to Ford, who juggled that ball a little bit, and of course, it was the miscue on the back end last week in Colorado Springs that Ford couldn't take the bounce and ended up turning into the Colorado Springs switchback's goal.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's unfortunate error right there. I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of us. But I know he knows that he could have done better with that. But that's part of the conditions, playing on an away field, not knowing how the balls are going to bounce, and not putting enough pace on a pass. And it happens. Hopefully we learn from it and we don't do it again.
It's a good run by Kaleem there, but even better defended by the veteran Stephen McCarthy. Now 27 years of age, a native of Dallas. He's back in Texas. A great career with the New England Revolution for 4 seasons, and last year playing overseas in Europe, but just tremendous experience to have on the back end with Stephen McCarthy.
Sure. I mean, like you said, he's been all over the place. He's our stalwart back there. He's the big guy back there, wins everything for us, keeps us organized, and as you can tell, it's hard to get through on our back four, and he's one of the main reasons for it.
Bobby Mosley, as San Antonio FC trying to set up the attack here. As we're into the 21st minute in the first half. Still looking for the game's first marker. Along with Ryan Rochandle, our entire crew, Dan Weiss from Toyota Field, the second home game of the season for San Antonio FC after 3 straight on the road. Cochran back to the inside, working off the ball there and off the foot of Carlos Alvarez, as Mangles will send the clearance all the way back into the direction of the midfield line. But again, now a little bit more pressure from San Antonio FC trying to establish and attack themselves. And you see working both Cochran and Mosley on the wings there up across the midfield here and getting into attacking position, Ryan.
Yeah, we're doing much better now. We've set in the tempo. This is how we want to play. We want to keep the ball. We just want to keep making good decisions on it, maybe move the ball a little bit quicker. It looks like Tulsa has kind of sat back now in their two banks of four right there, 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, even have their 2 strikers behind the ball now, and we have to try to find a way to get through that.
Space for Mosley, and the first shot on target of the game as Mangles will come up with the save. As Bobby Mosley found some daylight just outside the top of the box, and boy, he took it.
He does well. No one comes and pressures him. He takes his touch in front of him, hits a shot. Unfortunately, goes right to the keeper. So it's good to get a shot on goal and test the keeper out a little bit.
Good left-footed strike, and you, of course you're a defender. So as a defender, if you see that type of daylight in the offensive end, I know you're going to not hesitate and take that shot.
Oh, of course, of course. You want to put the ball in the back of the net.
Bobby Mosley was called up to the national team for Ireland, their under-21 team last year, after, of course, playing in the academy with Stoke City and on loan to San Antonio FC. There's a good ball here for Jason Johnson trying to cut around the inside, but he was, again, well defended there by the youngster David Abiter. Not a lot of room either for Jason Johnson to try to get loose there on the outside, as Abiter cut him off. Good ball one there, headed away by Terrier. And Rafa Castillo back in the middle doing what he does best, orchestrating and directing traffic. Cochran with some room in the middle. And now we'll cut back here to the inside. Still with room from about 35 yards out, as now Mosley jumps ahead along the touchline before swinging back to the inside. Castillo, and he'll take the shot. Seemed he lost his footing there on the pitch there, Ryan.
Yeah, a little bit of a slip there.
I think I wanted to get a little more mustard on that strike.
Yes, for sure. When you lose your balance like that, it's almost impossible to get a clean strike on it. But, you know, he's always looking to shoot, and that's how you score goals.
McBride wins it away from Taylor Morgan. And then Araujo, as they call for a foul, but referee says play on. To the inside, Ochoa finds a little lane outside the box, cross into the middle, and well defended there. But still on the attack, here's Kaleem. Mosley watching him, and really nothing for Kaleem there as he was pushed all the way out to the touchline. Pretty impressive for a 20-year-old, no question about it, Ryan, especially on the back end.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, young guy, but no, he's solid. He knows what he's doing back there. It's not like he's never played the game before. He's very solid. He keeps himself in the good positions, and he does a job.
Cochran clears it out of danger. 25th minute at Toyota Field. Bobby Mosley with the best chance of the game so far just a couple of minutes ago, which has really been the only shot on target and scoring chance that we've had here in the first half. Tulsa, they've really struggled trying to get some offense here, but Ochoa got a little bit of daylight, and it was well defended by Stephen McCarthy at the top of the 6-yard box there. Well, Sammy Ochoa, we mentioned last year here in Tulsa, he's one of 5 returnees on this team for Tulsa Roughnecks FC, had 9 goals. This Tulsa team is an expansion club last year. They were 11-11-6, and they finished 7th in the table, but they were only 3 points out of the last playoff spot. So, you know, a little bit of a blueprint for San Antonio FC that as a first-year club, Ryan, you know, you can have some success, and you can certainly make a push for a playoff spot as well.
Sure, for sure. I mean, once you find your style of play and what works and what ticks with all the players, these guys can all play. They're all professionals. They know how to do this. It's just finding the right style of play, putting their players together in the right spots, and then you go on a run and you can do it. You do well at home, and things will take care of itself.
Here's a counter for Tulsa, a rare one tonight, and once again, there's McCarthy as he goes for the challenge after losing the ball. He was able to work it ahead as Araujo pushed it back across. Again, it has been tough against the back four for Tulsa here in the first half, much as it was tough for Colorado Springs last week as well. Kaleem, he's the captain of the Pakistani national team. As Tulsa works back, and Roughnecks team that has scored just 3 times on the season. They've only given up 5 goals, so they defend well, but for them, the issues have unfortunately been scoring in the young part of the season. And Ryan, as the game has settled in, you talked a little bit about it, but for San Antonio FC, the field has been a lot more open for them. The chances have been more plentiful for them. That certainly has got to be the liking of Darren Powell right now, the way he's approaching it here.
For sure. I'm sure he's pleased with the fact that we've had the ball for most of this half. I think we could still be a little bit more clinical when we have the ball at our feet, making good decisions, and then most of all, trying to break down this Tulsa Roughnecks defense. They back off and they sit in their 2 banks of 4 right here, and it's very tough to get through. But you have to just keep moving the ball quick, make good, sharp decisions, and hopefully you'll find your way through with a good, quick combination.
Belobi had the good tackle there to knock it away from Mosley, who was trying to spring loose. He's had a couple of runs where he's found some daylight, already pushing up from his wing-back position on the left side up into the midfield. And you see Rafa Castillo directing traffic. Terrier. And San Antonio FC now on the attack. Cochran. Cross into the box and headed away. It was a good look there. Sean Chin was open and just sailed over his head. Nice play. There's Johnson, takes it away, and well defended coming back by Kaleem. And again, here's San Antonio FC. They've pushed into the Tulsa Roughnecks side of the field as the half has progressed, and the opportunities for them as Mosley will draw the foul. And you're really starting to see Tulsa back on their heels a little bit right now, Ryan.
Yeah, we're starting to dictate the play here. Now it's just about finding good opportunities on goal. Bobby with good feet right there. They could do nothing but foul him. Hopefully we can get a good service in and see if one of our big boys can get ahead on it.
And here's an opportunity as Rafa Castillo, left-footed midfielder, and Victor Araujo, the right-footed midfielder, setting things up. Castillo bends it into the box, headed, and the attempt was there. It landed perfectly to Terrier, just sent it wide.
Yeah, just wide, just missed it, misheaded, mistimed it a little bit, but it was a good ball. We got a good chance out of that, and hopefully we just keep the momentum going here to end out the half. Great ball by Rafa Castillo, puts it right where you want to put it, and Sebastian just misheads it. That's it.
Yeah, really, no defender around Seba right there. He had space, no doubt about it, but well delivered into the box there by Rafa Castillo. So we play on scoreless here from Toyota Field. But for San Antonio FC, you start to get the sense this game is moving in, and the momentum is moving in their direction. But here's Tulsa now with a good counter and a good ball delivered to the outside, but beaten across there was Brady Ballou. And then sent through by Belobi. Nobody in an orange jersey in sight. Josh Ford, originally drafted by Seattle in the MLS in the supplemental draft back in 2011, played in the USL with the Orange County, the OC Blues, and then went back into the MLS draft back in 2014, taken by Orlando City, and that's really where he developed his connection with Darren Powell.
Sure. I mean, he was there for however long he was there, and Coach Powell knew who he was. Coach Powell got the job here, and I'm sure Josh was one of his first phone calls once he got the job here, and Josh has done well. I mean, like I said, he's our captain, he's our leader back there, and he's been great. He's first class.
Well, and again, as a coach, they always say you start from the back and move on up, and you get a captain and a player of Ford's caliber, just really sets things on a good foot here. As Kaleem now sends it into the box, and McBride there to knock it away, and then we'll send it away from danger. But here's an opportunity now for Tulsa Roughnecks with a throw-in on the near touchline. They haven't had a lot of penetration into the box here in the first half. And this one gets headed back outside. Fumbled around before Arujo will send the clearance all the way back out. We'll see if that does anything for Tulsa as far as their generation of momentum, but the long ball will sail by Brady Ballou, and it's once again an easy play for the goalkeeper, Josh Ford. And the guys up front, Ryan, if you're wearing the orange jerseys right now, you have to be a little frustrated with what you're seeing from the back end for San Antonio.
Sure, they haven't really seen much of the ball, but I think that's mostly based off of San Antonio's organization in the back and being ready for that direct play, as they knew that that's what they were going to have to handle tonight, and so far they've done well.
There's a look at the head coach Darren Powell. Spent 10 years at Elon College, winning Southern Conference tournament titles and made NCAA tournament appearances. Now in his first year as a professional head coach, and he has done wonders with this first-year club through 5 games. Jason Johnson will keep this one alive here, and he's got some operating room up the near sideline. Abador just gets his left foot out in desperation to break up the dash there by Johnson. This is Castillo, and he'll swing it across field. Terrier, and up the middle. Little room for Carlos Alvarez now, and he's broken free, but he was slightly dispossessed of the ball. Otherwise, he's off to the races, Ryan.
Yeah, that was much better. I like how Carlos ran with the ball a little bit, found the striker, and kept running after he made that pass. That's how we're going to get through this bank of 2 banks of 4 here. We can't keep playing the ball side to side. It's going to be tough to break a team down that way. We got to find ways to penetrate on this defense.
Alvarez will send it wide. Cochran to the top of the box. But that play all started. Bobby Mosley won it away from Kaleem all the way out at midfield, and he was really the one who kind of generated that chance here.
Oh yeah, first one of the most important things when you're playing defense is right when you win the ball is connecting that first pass. Bobby did a good job. We got an opportunity out of it.
Tulsa with a counter, and it goes off the back foot there of the referee, Marco Vega. And now it's Abador. Ochoa, Kaleem. And be a throw in here for Tulsa FC. Take a look at the last opportunity as Cochran sent it through, but really more I think about the design of the play there, how it all developed there was probably the positive outtake there for San Antonio FC rather than the shot, as Carlos Alvarez will draw the foul once again in the middle, and again it's a push forward for San Antonio FC.
Yep, knocking on the door here. We're trying to keep the momentum up, keep the tempo up, and see if we can just be a little bit more clinical as we get closer to the goal here.
Mosley gets that one through. Chin. And Cochran again. Chenarazzo on Cochran. Cochran sails it, and wide of everyone. Some of you are already there watching our stream tonight, but for those who aren't, check out our new, already improved website, SanAntonioFC.com. You'll notice enhancements, roster schedule, player and team stats, and standings. Also, there are plenty of video reports, game recaps, and features. The new SanAntonioFC.com. As we're approaching the 37th minute of play, in the late stages of the first half at Toyota Field. The first ever meeting between San Antonio FC and Tulsa Roughnecks FC. And it's been, as you would figure, with two teams that are struggling to score, a bit of a defensive battle, but San Antonio FC's had arguably the better of the chances, arguably has had just about every offensive chance in this first half.
Yeah, San Antonio's probably, it's got to be 70-30 as far as possession goes right now. I think Tulsa's just kind of drop back into more of a defensive shell, trying to weather the storm here, hope they can get into halftime 0-0. San Antonio, I think, on the other hand, they're trying to get a goal here. They want to try to get a goal in before halftime. I think moving the ball around quickly, like I said, trying to find the spaces and get better opportunities and being a little bit more clinical in the final third.
A hard challenge on Arujo, drew the free kick. San Antonio FC unable to make the most of it. This must feel awfully different for Alex Mangles, who we mentioned coming into last week's game had seen 33 shots on target through the first 4 games of the season, and yet had only given up 3 goals. He was amongst the leaders in all keepers in the USL. Now here's again a chance and lifted over the top. Chin in the box with a move, lofts it in! And San Antonio FC on the board. Sean Chin with his first start and his first goal of the young season.
Oh, it was well done. I think Carlos Alvarez started out with it, just good hustle, stay with the ball, stay with the play. And as we see it here, Cheney's able to just keep the ball down, get between the guy's legs, and just sneak it right past the goalkeeper. Does well, keeps his composure, and puts the ball in the back of the net for San Antonio.
Yeah, great touch there by Chin, kept it low, and then just snuck it right, not only through the goalkeeper, but looked like it might have grazed off that near post before it went in. But Sean Chin swings it right by Matt Watley and then puts it just off the goalkeeper, Alex Mangles, and into the back of the net. San Antonio FC on the board.
San Antonio FC goal scored by number 17, Sean Chin.
Sean Chin, who had 3 goals in 53 appearances over the last 2 years with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. He was the 2007 Miami Player of the Year. Native of Miami, went to Felix Valdea High School, and he's got his first goal as a member of San Antonio FC. And more importantly, San Antonio FC with their first goal here in the last 3 matches, and a big goal late at the first half, Ryan, but more importantly, I think for them, rewarded for their efforts of what they've done here in this first half as well.
Sure. I mean, when you keep possession as much as San Antonio has this half, you can get a little bit frustrated when you're not finding the back of the net or getting good chances on goal. I think finishing one obviously is going to help open up this game a little bit, maybe take the nerves out a little bit as well. Hopefully San Antonio can play a little bit more free, but also at the same time have the confidence to go get another one.
Well, that's what you expect. After all the attacking and all the possession that they've had in this first half, you get one into the back of the net, it should be guys should just kind of see their eyes light up and, as you say, kind of continue to push forward, and let's try to get another one here. So Sean Chin with a goal in the 38th minute for San Antonio FC to give them the 1-0 lead here late in the first half. And the first goal for San Antonio FC since it was the goal scored against Los Dos a few weeks ago, in the 89th minute, that tied that game up at 1. And a very valuable point against one of the top teams early on here in the Western Conference.
Oh yeah, always important to get a point on the road if you can. Any kind of result on the road is always huge in these seasons. So it was obviously it's very exciting. The guys are excited to get that goal at the end of the game. There, they worked hard the whole game to get a result, and to get that point at the end of the game was huge.
And that was Carlos Alvarez who got that goal in the 89th minute before the strike just moments ago by Sean Chin. San Antonio FC on the board here late in the first half. Well played by Araujo in the midfield. And once again, there was Chin racing forward, but the ball just couldn't be delivered through to him. Nice tackle there by Terrier. And Chin just outside, top of the box. And he was nearly 2 for 2.
Confidence is high now. He's got a goal. He's got a goal. Now he wants to get another one. Not a bad effort right there.
What a tackle, though. What a challenge by Terrier to knock that ball away and again send Chin off with the attempt. Well, Darren Powell said we were going to make a couple adjustments to the starting 11 before tonight's game, and a couple of players dealing with injuries. Fajiro, who is out of tonight's game with what's being called a right calf injury, and also the youngster Danny Garcia, he's out tonight with a left thigh injury. So that opens the doors for guys like Sean Chin, Victor Araujo to get into the starting 11, and they've really made the most of it here in the first half.
They have, yeah. And I mean, as a pro, you always have to be ready. You never know when your name's going to get called, and that's why you always have to treat every week, every game as if you're going to play, because you don't know what's going to happen. One injury, and then all of a sudden you're in the lineup. And so far, these guys have done a good job. Chin, obviously, with the goal, but Victor gets on the ball. He's got good feet. You see him drawing the foul right there. I mean, he's dangerous.
And that's going to be a yellow card. Sammy Ochoa. Now, he drew a red card 3 weeks ago and was forced to miss Tulsa's game against St. Louis. Returned to the lineup last week for their loss against Portland. And he's drawn yet another card. Sammy Ochoa, second card of the season.
A yellow card caution has been assessed to Tulsa Roughnecks.
And you see Victor does a good job putting his body in between the player and the ball there, and Ochoa had nothing he could do there but foul him, and obviously it was a reckless foul, and he got a card out of it.
So as we're approaching the end of the first half here, and we'll see maybe a minute or two of stoppage time added on here. The game, though, has moved pretty freely here in this first half, but again, it's San Antonio FC with a 1-0 lead, and Jason Johnson will take it away as he goes to work on the outside, but unable there to get around Henry, who defended him well. And a lot of the guys for Tulsa that we've not talked a lot about tonight, Henry was in their attack. We've mentioned Sammy Ochoa, but probably not as frequently as you'd expect with his goal-scoring prowess, and that just speaks again to the defense of San Antonio FC in this first half.
That's right. I mean, we've kept good organization, obviously, and then most of all, we've kept the ball ourselves. And when we have the ball, the other team doesn't. So that's why we're not really calling out Tulsa Roughnecks players' names, and that's how we want it. Hopefully, we just can keep it going and keep making good decisions on the ball and not let them have it.
Rafa Castillo looking for a penalty in the box as he went down. Referee says play on. And there's a good run back the other direction, but the ball it's sent behind Kaleem. He was off along the near side, but a poor ball through. And not a lot of counterattacks for Tulsa in this first half, as they will add 1 minute of stoppage time here at the end of the first half. And that might have been one of Tulsa's best counters, but that's a poor ball through.
Yeah, they've had a tough time just with the ball when they've had the ball in possession so far. And again, we credit that to us being ready on the counterattack, because that's how Tulsa wants to get their scoring opportunities, is direct play and countering and trying to get behind the defense before we can get set.
Castillo with some space. Good touch there in the middle. Carlos Alvarez sending it through, staying onside Castillo, but he kind of lost his footing there inside the 18. Maybe one last opportunity for Tulsa Roughnecks FC here before the end of the first half. There has been little for them in the way of chances here. But they'll get a throw in from the near touchline, and they'll send 5 guys up here in the direction of the box here, looking for one last scoring chance before halftime. Ochoa, and he'll draw a corner. And so here's Tulsa Roughnecks, end of the first half, Ryan. They can run a set play with a corner here, looking to get the equalizer before halftime, and they're obviously pushing everybody into the box right now.
Yeah, not quite what you want for the last play of the half here, but hopefully we can just stay organized, man up, and get the ball out and get in the half here.
And that actually won't be a corner per se. They called a foul right by the goal line, and now you'll get a corner here as Castillo, but before the potential corner, as Rafa Castillo knocked it out, we get the whistle and halftime here at Toyota Field. Sean Chin, his goal in the 38th minute of the first half, his first with San Antonio FC in his first start of the season, has given the home side a 1-0 lead as we go to halftime here at Toyota Field. Coming up, we'll have a feature with Carlos Alvarez, stats, highlights, and more when we return.
Your Tundra can haul loads of gravel.
It can, but I'm busy.
How about cinder blocks?
Yeah, no. Going riding.
Let's pull out stumps.
Rather go fishing.
Gravel is back.
Okay, enough with the gravel.
The 2016 Toyota Tundra, for those who believe play is the new word. Right now, qualified lessees can lease a dependable new 2016 Special Edition Double Cab Tundra for $369 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
What's up with the boat?
Trainers want us to eat more seafood, so we got us a fishing boat.
And now we're working on the name. I like Monorail.
Or Timtanic.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Why not? Got it. The Sharkus.
How about the HEB oven-ready seafood meals that you can enjoy in minutes without the hassle of fishing?
Seems too long for a boat name.
HEB's new oven-ready seafood meals, all ready in minutes.
When do you have time to make signs?
Go early, stay late. It's not just X's and O's. It's studying tendencies, analyzing stats, developing new strategies, fine-tuning a game plan. That's what's needed to excel. Whether the focus is coaching, mortgages, investing, finances, insurance, you put the time in. They say luck is when preparation meets opportunity. It's also called being ready.
For anything.
We've worked pretty hard to become the world's largest independent refiner and to be America's 3rd largest producer of renewable fuels. But we've also worked hard to be named one of Fortune's most admired companies by giving over 125,000 volunteer hours a year, donating over 1 million pounds of food to local food banks, and building homes for Habitat for Humanity. To appreciate a company's true value, you have to understand the heart of its people.
At halftime here at Toyota Field, San Antonio FC playing their second home game of the Young USL season with a 1-0 lead over Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Sean Chin with a goal in the 38th minute, his first start of the season for San Antonio FC. Well, for Carlos Alvarez, who was the first player ever signed to a contract by San Antonio FC, it has been quite the journey, starting in his collegiate days at the University of Connecticut, where he was the midfielder of the year in his senior season. And then it was off to the MLS, where he was drafted by Chivas, spending time with the MLS senior side before being traded to Colorado. And now, after his journey through MLS, he finds himself here in San Antonio, leading a first-year club.
My dad actually played pro in the pro levels in Mexico before moving to the U.S. Then he met my mother, and my mother was pregnant, so when he came over here, he pretty much stopped his career to follow my mother. Pretty much since I was a kid, my dad always put a soccer ball in front of us, and I just got in love with it. We honestly don't come from a good neighborhood. There's 6 gangs around my neighborhood, so I saw a lot of friends going to jail, a lot of friends that died. You know, it could have been so easily to be part of that, but I was so thankful that I had great parents, hardworking parents, that they kept me away and showed me the right path. Honestly, my dad just pushed us, and I always saw my brother like a good big role model to me, and everything I do, it's pretty much for them. Everything since I was a kid is, you know, just trying to make my parents happy, just put a smile on them, and then I have younger brothers, so I try to be the best role model for them because they're still in the same neighborhood that I grew up, so obviously they need to see hope. If I made it, they can make it as well, and every day I worry about them, yes I do, but I have great parents and, you know, they show them what's right and what's wrong. The person I am is just being thankful to God every day that I see the day of light and seeing that my family's healthy. That's the main thing for me. Soccer could come last to me, but I still love soccer. That's my passion. That's what I wake up every morning I'm thankful for. And like I said, my parents is just, they helped me to get involved with soccer, to love it as much, and soccer gave me the opportunity to get away from that community, from that neighborhood, and you know, I'm blessed because I'm out here doing what I love doing, and that's playing soccer, so you can't ask for a better thing.
And you couldn't ask for a better first player signing for San Antonio FC. Carlos Alvarez already with 1 goal this season. And tonight, San Antonio FC on the back of a Sean Chin goal with a 1-0 lead over Tulsa Roughnecks FC here at halftime at Toyota Field.
The Bud Light River City Rock Fest is back. Featuring Disturbed, Scorpions, Megadeth, Bullet for My Valentine, Hell Yeah, 6 a.m., and more. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or at the AT&T Center box office. For more info, head over to RiverCityRockFest.com. Oh.
Welcome to Corner Store. How can we help?
Well, thirsty.
We have juice, teas, and over 100 ways to create your drink with our Coca-Cola Freestyle.
Wow, that's a lot of drinks.
Need a boost? We've got fresh coffee and great deals on energy drinks.
That's cool and hot.
Ready to relax? Check out our craft beer and wine selection.
Classy.
How else can we help?
That's it. I'll just take these. Thanks.
Don't forget the
We're
milk.
your juice, tea, soda, coffee, energy drink, beer, wine, milk, and more store. We're fresh and friendly. We're Corner Store.
Your Tundra can haul loads of gravel.
It can, but I'm busy.
How about cinder blocks?
Yeah, no. Going riding.
Let's pull out stumps.
Rather go fishing.
Gravel is back.
Okay, enough with the gravel.
The 2016 Toyota Tundra, for those who believe play is the new word. Right now, qualified lessees can lease a dependable new 2016 Special Edition Double Cab Tundra for $369 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Stretched out to the middle, back to
Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score!
Bernardo forwards. Hey, that's it! Rochester
It's really quite simple. To see results, do the work. Focus on the goals. Push it to the limit hour after hour. That's how you rise to the next level. You can be a professional athlete or an insurance or financial professional, perfecting your shot or protecting your client's future. The rules are the same. It takes passion and dedication every single day. So when it's time, you will be ready.
We've worked pretty hard to become the world's largest independent refiner and to be America's third largest producer of renewable fuels. But we've also worked hard to be named one of Fortune's most admired companies by giving over 125,000 volunteer hours a year, donating over 1 million pounds of food to local food banks, and building homes for Habitat for Humanity. To appreciate a company's true value, you have to understand the heart of its people.
It is halftime here at Toyota Field in San Antonio. San Antonio FC with a 1-0 lead over Tulsa Roughnecks FC, thanks to a goal by Sean Chin, scored in the 38th minute in the first half. Thanks so much for staying with us, along with Ryan Rochandel, former Austin Aztecs defender. Dan Weiss here. Pleasure to have you along here. Second home game of the season for San Antonio FC. And Ryan, I would say about as good a first half as you could ask for if you're Darren Powell in San Antonio FC right now.
Sure. I mean, that's how you want to obviously go into halftime being in the lead. But I think as the game wore on, you saw San Antonio holding the ball more, getting more of the possession. And as the momentum kept swinging San Antonio's way, they're starting to get better chances on goal. And eventually we found the net there and went into halftime with a 1-0 lead.
What do you think changed? What do you think kind of, I guess, flipped the switch, so to speak, as that first half progressed? Because in the first 15 minutes, it was pretty neutral on both sides. There really weren't a lot of chances either way.
Sure. I mean, first 15 minutes in almost every game, it's almost a feeling out process. So we knew Tulsa was going to play a direct style of game, so we wanted to make sure we had that covered. And then, as the game settled down a little bit, I don't know if there was a specific time or place when it settled down, but it was seen about the 20th minute or so. We started to put the ball down on the ground, make better decisions, move the ball around, eliminate mistakes, and then eventually we started getting the momentum, and you could feel a goal coming. And as you see, Carlos Alvarez plays the ball over top to Sean Chin. Good little touch in between the legs and sneaks it home. And
we talked before about the opportunity for a guy like Sean Chin, Victor Araujo getting into the starting lineup because of injuries tonight to Fajiro and Danny Garcia making the most of it. But this is a great touch by Sean Chin. That's a striker's touch right there, isn't it?
Yeah, he does a great job there. I mean, he stays composed, ball's up in the air, puts his foot down on it, is able to sneak it between the guy's legs from that close to the goal, and then obviously push it in to finish it home for us. I mean, it was a great job. He did well, composed, put the ball away for us.
So let me ask you two questions. One, for San Antonio FC, what is their approach here as we go into the second half? And for Tulsa, who's now behind and looking for the equalizer, they really kind of laid back for much of that first half. They pushed a little bit in the second half. What do they approach or what do they use going into the second half to try to find some momentum?
Right. Well, San Antonio, I think you stick to the game plan. You don't want to sit back and let Tulsa just come at you for 45 minutes. You want to stick to the game plan, which is keep the ball, move the ball quickly, find opportunities to get on goal, good quick combinations, and be aware that as the half probably wears on, Tulsa, their game plan is they're going to have to start sending numbers. They're going to have to start pressing harder and faster against our back four, especially in our midfield when we have the ball. So the press is going to come higher. So we got to make sure we play the ball quicker, make good choices, not make careless mistakes and careless turnovers and bad spots on the field, and see it out. And maybe we catch them on the break when they're pushing numbers forward, and we get another one and send it home.
We'll see what happens. It's a 1-0 lead for San Antonio FC here as halftime continues from Toyota Field on this Saturday night.
Welcome to Corner Store. How can we help?
Well, I'm thirsty.
We have juice, teas, and over 100 ways to create your drink with our Coca-Cola Freestyle.
Wow, that's a lot of drinks.
Need a boost? We've got fresh coffee and great deals on energy drinks.
That's cool and hot.
Ready to relax? Check out our craft beer and wine selection.
Classy.
How else can we help?
That's it. I'll just take these. Thanks.
Don't forget the
We're
milk.
your juice, tea, soda, coffee, energy drink, beer, wine, milk, and more store. We're fresh and friendly. We're Corner Store.
Some excel because they're destined to. Most excel because they are determined to. They set out to outperform, outwork, out-hustle, outthink, and innovate. That's how you become outstanding at what you do. It doesn't matter if you're running a team or running a business. Prepare like no one else, and when you get the opportunity to excel, you'll be ready.
For anything.
Your summer plans just got a whole lot brighter. Saturday, May 14th at 7, it's Stars Basketball opening night. Grab a seat for as low as $10 a ticket and come early for a free throwback t-shirt to celebrate the WNBA's 20th season. Head over to sastars.com for more info.
We begin the second half of play here at Toyota Field, San Antonio FC, with a 1-0 lead over Tulsa Roughnecks FC, second home game of the season. And again, a look at Darren Powell, who has, you think about it, this team was awarded on January the 7th. We are sitting here on April the 30th. He has not only put together a roster, he has put together, along with the help of Tim Holt and everybody at Spurs Sports and Entertainment, an unbelievable atmosphere, an unbelievable home supporting crowd here at Toyota Field. And they're looking for their first home win here tonight, 45 minutes away, hopefully, from that.
Everything here has been first class so far, and I can't see how it won't continue to grow here in this city. Like you said, we want to try to finish out this half year, get the first home win in franchise history.
Along with Ryan Rashandel, Dan Weiss, our entire crew at Toyota Field is San Antonio FC. Again, looking for that elusive first home victory tonight. And we'll see how the change in approach for both teams begins here in our second half. The goal in the 38th minute for Sean Chin. Late in that first half as San Antonio FC rewarded an Araujo with space on the first attack here for San Antonio FC. A strike goes off the back of Mason Grimes right at the top of the 18 and falls harmlessly down to the goalkeeper, Alex Mangles. But Araujo has been exceptional. Sean Chin obviously with the goal. First starts for both players here this season tonight. Both have come in as substitutes in the previous 5 games this year. Alvarez trying to send Chin through, and Mangles came out to intercept. But San Antonio FC has gone right back to the attack, although it's starting to open up a little bit here now for Tulsa as Brady Ballou coming forward along with the rest of the Roughnecks. Once again, there's Stephen McCarthy, the veteran, right there to impede any opportunity into the box.
Yep, keeping us under control, organized, and doing what he does best, winning the ball and keeping the ball away from our goal.
Of course, we'll see as this second half progresses how both coaches, Darren Powell and David Irving, use their substitutes to, obviously in Tulsa's case, looking for an equalizing goal, and San Antonio FC looking for an insurance goal. Alvarez, and he's unable to get around Henry as Henry wins the ball back, and now Kaleem trying to make the run. This one is headed away from danger as Kaleem shadowed on the far side by Mosley. And Kaleem, as he attacked into the middle, and he lost his footing as well. San Antonio FC takes over, and here comes Alvarez on the counter. Alvarez with the ball through to Johnson. Johnson going wide, and he'll wait for support. As Alvarez swings it back, Araujo. And to Cochran now on the right side, and Cochran played that one a little bit too far ahead and allowed the defense of Ballaby to come back and take it away. But once again, was setting up pretty good on the attack there for San Antonio FC. On the nice ball through by Alvarez to Johnson. He waited for support, and he worked it around but couldn't get the opportunity.
Yeah, good sequence there. We were able to connect some passes there, get into the attacking third. I think Jason did a good job being patient there. We only had one guy in the box there when he was getting ready to serve it, so he was good. It was good. He made a good decision. He was patient with it. Just kind of took a heavy touch there over here by Greg and lost the ball, but it's much better.
Good hustle there by Bobby Mosley, winning the ball that was headed out of bounds. He got it over to Johnson. Johnson couldn't keep the play in. Chenarazzo with a poor ball. Cochran anticipates, and now he's got some space. Castillo trying to send Alvarez through. And again, well defended here as Chenarazzo got back on the left side. And now here's a counter for Tulsa. Ochoa, he's got space. Ochoa into the box. Ochoa left-footed centering, score! Kaleem on the back post on the beautiful cross from Sammy Ochoa as Tulsa Roughnecks FC gets on the board in the 49th minute to tie the game at 1.
As you see, Sammy just finds him open the far post, but it started before that. We had the counter, we had the ball. All of a sudden, it's a turnover. Greg Cochran's already pushed up, kind of out of his right back spot. Sammy Ochoa takes advantage of that space. The ball is played into him. He plays it across, and unfortunately, it was a good ball across and an open player for the goal.
That's got to be a special moment for that gentleman, Kaleem, the captain of the Pakistani national team, scoring his first goal in North America. And 1 year back in 2012, playing for his club team in Pakistan, he scored 35 times in the course of the season. Now, granted, the Pakistani National League is certainly not on the levels of some of the European leagues and whatnot, but 35 goals at any level in club play and international play is impressive.
Yeah, scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in soccer, and if you can score 35 goals in a professional league, you're doing something right.
We'll take another look at Kaleem again but it's all about the setup by Ochoa. And a great cross through, and Kaleem on the back post just snuck in around Bobby Mosley.
Yeah, he does
to get
well.
That one in.
Yeah, Sammy did well there. He picked up was patient with it, picked up his head, found the guy on the back post, and unfortunately he was there for an open netter.
That's what Sammy Ochoa does as the captain of the team, much as we talk about what Josh Ford does as the captain for San Antonio FC. Last year, 3 assists for Ochoa. And a rush up the field there is Rafa Castillo and Sean Chin, and it's Chin who will draw the foul and free kick for San Antonio FC. That goal, by the way, for Tulsa Roughnecks FC snaps a scoreless drought of 319 minutes. Here's the challenge, and a poor one from Balubi will result in a free kick here, and a pretty dangerous spot here for San Antonio FC at about 24, 25 yards away here, and angle pretty good for either Araujo or Castillo to take it.
Yeah, dangerous spot right here to see if we can put it in a dangerous area to get one of our guys on the end of it.
Left-footed strike there by Castillo, and it was headed wide, and it ended up going wide. It is also the first goal in regular time for Tulsa Roughnecks FC since the 46th minute on opening night back on March 26th against Rio Grande Valley FC. It was scored by Carlos Martinez, who's available tonight. He's not in the starting 11. It looked like Greg Cochran might have had a handball there, but play on in the midfield. So, long-awaited goal for Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Two teams that, again, are trying to up the attack and up the scoring tonight, and we're even at 1 here. And the goal scorer, Kaleem, swings right through both Alvarez and Mosley, and playmaking it very well up top. Henry sends it in, and easy play for Josh Ford. Just going back to Kaleem for a second, obviously, again, in Pakistan, you're talking about caliber of club level, but he was drawing reviews not only from the Pakistani media, but also media around the rest of soccer. They called him the Pakistani Messi because of his playmaking and finishing ability. Pretty high compliment, obviously, when you consider a caliber of player of Lionel Messi.
Obviously, I mean, Messi is one of the best, in a lot of people's eyes, the best player in the world right now. But when you score 35 goals in a professional season, I mean, it's hard for anyone to ignore something like that. So good for him, and great for him to get this experience over here in the U.S.
Again, he's considered to be the first Pakistani-born player ever to be signed in North America. Played last season with Sacramento Republic in the USL, and then coming over to Tulsa here. Castillo sending one to the top of the box, but nobody was there. And this is cleared back up. As we're in the 54th minute, each team with a goal, and San Antonio FC, their goal in the first half from Sean Chin in the 38th minute, and in the 49th minute, Kaleem with the equalizer for Tulsa Roughnecks FC. And now San Antonio FC back in the Roughnecks third of the field here. Araujo, as he looks to spring Cochran. And Araujo will try again. Swung across and defended by Kaleem, and Kaleem again, he's off and running. Back upfield. Waiting for support, and Terrier got back. He thought he had a good challenge there to win the ball, but will be penalized with a foul and a free kick coming up for Tulsa Roughnecks FC.
Yeah, and again, this is how Tulsa wants to play. They're looking to sit in their banks of four now that they got that tying goal and go on the break.
Terrier was not happy at all with the call by the referee, Marco Vega. Sebastian Terrier, 20 caps with the Haitian national team. Went to University of South Florida, down in the Tampa area. He's from St. Petersburg originally. This one's put into the box, and we get a foul on the attack for Tulsa Roughnecks. It'll give the ball back over. Now you start, obviously, you see that one goal, and as much as we said for San Antonio FC, that kind of gets the momentum going. You see the ball go in the back of the net for Tulsa, and all of a sudden they start to get a little confidence, don't they?
Sure, they've gotten a little bit of the momentum after they scored the goal. I think San Antonio is starting to settle down as well a little bit now. It took a few minutes after that goal happened, but yeah, you get a little bit of confidence after you score, and the momentum kind of swings your way. But now it's starting to look like San Antonio is going to probably have the possession of the ball here for the rest of the games. Tulsa's probably pretty happy to get a point on the road, but if they're able to catch San Antonio on a counter off of a bad mistake or a careless giveaway, they'll be more than happy to sneak another one in the goal and leave here with a win.
Tulsa Roughnecks FC with just one win on the season. This is, like for San Antonio FC, their second home game. This is just the Roughnecks' second road game of the season, and this is their first goal on the road this year, as they played to a 0-0 draw with St. Louis a couple of weeks ago, and near a dangerous collision in the middle as Araujo saw the ball go off his head there on the attack defended by Mason Grimes. And Araujo works it on the touchline well to earn a throw in for San Antonio FC here as we approach the 58th minute. Still early stages of the second half, but our game now, our match tied at 1. Bobby Mosley, he had some chances in the first half, including one of the shots on target there. That was probably the first real good scoring chance for San Antonio FC that kind of got their attack and offense going a little bit in the Tulsa third of the field. There's a poor ball by McBride that's picked off by Kaleem. As Tulsa now in space, Kaleem 25 yards out, trying to draw contact, trying to draw a foul. Well defended, though, by Jason Johnson, but swung back by Kaleem to the outside. And sent right through, as it's an easy save for Josh Ford. You see turnovers so critical, particularly in the second half. It was well read by Kaleem, as I'm sure Sam McBride would like to have that ball back.
Yes, for sure. And like I said before, right now Tulsa's got 11 guys behind the ball. They're waiting for San Antonio just to make a mistake and hopefully pounce on one and see if they can sneak another goal in there. But that's exactly how Tulsa want what they want, and San Antonio just has to make better decisions on the ball and keep moving the ball and be patient, and the chances will come.
Cochran. Alvarez delivers. That bended right on. Sean Chim was in the vicinity there, but so too was the keeper, Alex Mangles. And that'll certainly put Tulsa a little bit back on their heels too, but a nice ball again by Alvarez through. As Matt Watley had Sean Chin well defended there, just outside the 6-yard box. This is Jason Johnson. San Antonio FC back on the attack again. Rafa Castillo. Alvarez. Alvarez! Oh, and Carlos Alvarez is starting to find open space. He's starting to make smart touches. And more importantly, he's getting the ball on target.
Yeah, this is what I talked about at the beginning of the game. More times that Carlos can get on the ball, especially in the attacking team's third or their defensive third, the better it's going to be. All right, he's going to get, if he gets the ball in between the spaces and he gets shots on target, obviously we're going to get better chances. So hopefully he can keep finding the ball in those spaces and keep forming opportunities for us.
Tulsa had the counter, but that ball delivered well wide of both Brady Ballou and Taylor Morgan in the box there. And ball back to Josh Ford, who's got to clear this one quickly as the footsteps were coming. Now it's Rafa Castillo. And San Antonio FC has support. Arujo off to Johnson in the box. And Tulsa got back, and again, it was Kaleem coming back to defend. What a half for Kaleem here. Not only the equalizing goal, but he's made some good plays defensively too. Now Henry. As this game, as you would expect, certainly has opened up in the second half. San Antonio FC trying to push now for the go-ahead goal. And even for Tulsa, though, they see their opportunities where they come. But kind of as the road team, you mentioned they have to pick and choose where those opportunities are. And if they see them, they go for it. But they don't want to be too careless with their chances either. As McCarthy commits the foul.
Right. I mean, like I said, they're going to try to keep their shape, but anytime they get a chance to just either pick off a pass or make a tackle and counter, they're going to go for it. But at the same time, they don't want to be caught back on the counter from their counter and get scored on, because they're more than happy with getting a result here on the road and taking a point back home with them to Tulsa. But like I said, San Antonio just needs to keep playing the way they know how to play, keep them all moving quick, make good choices, quick decisions, and the chances will come, and just got to finish them.
There's a potentially dangerous free kick. Brady Ballou will take it, right-footed midfielder. Bends this one here to the top of the 6, headed and wide. Well-delivered ball there by Brady Ballou. He was going to the back post at the top of the 6-yard box, and he put it right on target.
Yeah, good service there. We did well, just enough to put the header off, put a little body on him, but it was a good ball in. That's what Tulsa was playing for, though. They'll take fouls all day long so they can serve balls into the box and see if they can't sneak another ball in the goal.
And that's where they'll find their opportunities in those set pieces, from about 20, 25 yards outside the box there. They've got Sammy Ochoa's a big body there in the middle at 6'1". He can certainly get up top, so too can Taylor Morgan as well. Morgan, we say Sammy Ochoa at 6'1", Morgan 6'5". So they've got some length there amongst their attackers.
Yeah, plenty of size there, just like we do in the back when we have our set pieces. But it obviously makes it a lot more dangerous when you have size like that in the box, and you just have to have a good body, good shape on them, and don't let them get a clean header.
McCarthy wins it away. And settled by Carlos Alvarez. And now San Antonio FC here on the attack. Johnson tried to send it through. It deflected by Balabi, and it lands back to Rafa Castillo. And now here's Carlos Alvarez with a good touch. And the right-footed strike again is on target. Mangles playing it well. And you can start to see now why Tulsa Roughnecks FC has given up so many shots on target this season, because when those strikers get to the top of the box, there's not a lot of defenders there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Once we've kind of got to the top of the box, they don't seem to come out and press them too fast. And even though they're trying to keep a shape in the back, when they do go forward, they're not very quick to get back on the counterattack. And San Antonio's found a couple chances there. It's just got to be a little bit better in front of goal and try to get a better shot off.
Morgan. Now here is Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Trying to deliver one into the box for a chance. Kaleem fakes, now chips one in. And Josh Fort calmly will get out to snag that one. 64th minute here at Toyota Field. San Antonio FC with a goal in the 38th minute from Sean Chin, making his first start of the season. His first goal of the year. Kaleem with his first goal in the 49th minute here to open in the second half, as we are even at 1. We're going to see our first sub of the game, as Adriano Pellegrino is going to check in here for Tulsa Roughnecks FC. An Australian national who played last season in Thailand. And a challenge on Seba in the middle, and Seba will draw the foul. And so here we go. Brady Ballou will come off, and Adriano Pellegrino will come on for David Irving's Tulsa Roughnecks FC here in the 65th minute. Third appearance of the season for Pellegrino, who again is an Australian native, played in Thailand last season, and he takes out Brady Ballou in the midfield.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of going to bring in a midfielder for a forward, maybe try to have a little bit more of a defensive shape, try to, like I said before, try to see if they can get out of here with at least a point.
Meanwhile, this is Carlos Alvarez and Seba working in the middle. And a poor ball as Sammy Ochoa came back to pick it off. And it was Ochoa's cross that found Kaleem at the back post after Ochoa was left open with some rare space in the San Antonio FC third of the field that set up the goal. And now here's Alvarez once again. Sends one through Sean Chin. Sean Chin puts it off the goalkeeper, off the crossbar, and behind the net. What a save by Alex Mangles, and a yellow card. It'll be issued to Pellegrino. Now, did he hit this with his hand in the box? As we'll take a look at it.
Great ball by Carlos, and ball kind of gets stuck just underneath Sean Chin's feet there. I think if he would have had a little bit of a better touch, it would have popped out right in front of him so he could finish it home. But great save by the goalkeeper.
Pellegrino was nowhere near the box. It was behind the play that he received the yellow card. It is a corner kick, though, for San Antonio FC, as Sean Chin nearly had his second goal, as this one's delivered from the far touchline and headed out of bounds. What a dynamite scoring chance for San Antonio FC. And a foul drawn across the field. And once again now, San Antonio FC, after that scoring chance, they're starting to find a little offensive momentum here, as Araujo will take the free kick. And we're going to get another Tulsa Roughnecks substitution. As coming into the game for Tulsa Roughnecks FC is going to be Christian Mata. And Mata will take out Taylor Morgan. Araujo sends it into the box, through, near side, McBride plays it across, and deflected and steered away from trouble on the back post. Sent back in and headed to the top of the box. And flushed away back out. Rafa Castillo. Castillo with a chance off Mangles and in! Rafa Castillo has done it! And San Antonio FC has gone ahead 2-1 in the 68th minute.
What a good strike by Rafa Castillo there. Just good pressure all the way around. Kept the ball in the box here for a little bit. I think Sam McBride is gonna kill himself for not scoring that goal in the first corner. But look at Rafa here. Gets around the defender. Great strike, left-footed. Keeper kind of got stuck there a little bit. Comes off his hands, but it was too hard of a strike for him. Couldn't parry it away.
He got a clean piece of it. Did Alex Mangles, but he didn't get enough of it. And Rafa Castillo, his first goal in San Antonio FC colors. The 35-year-old veteran who's made a name for himself here in San Antonio the last couple seasons playing with the Scorpions in the North American Soccer League. And Rafa Castillo gets his first of the season. And what a strike as well.
Yeah, great strike. Like I said, he does well, gets around the defender, and he's always looking to shoot whenever he gets a chance. He's got a good strike on him, left-footed, like I said, and puts it on frame. And when you put the ball on frame, you just never know what's going to happen. And lucky for San Antonio, went in.
Well, Darren Powell said he wanted Rafa Castillo to shoot the ball a little bit more. He's done it. Rafa had 17 goals with the Scorpions in 2 seasons as Henry airmails one into section 115. For Rafa Castillo, again, 17 goals in 46 appearances with the Scorpions over the last 2 seasons. The MVP of the Soccer Bowl back in 2014. And now his first goal with a beautiful strike to make it a 2-1 game. And so San Antonio FC shakes off the goal by Kaleem. They come right back. They had multiple opportunities and a deliberate push there by Mason Grimes. Sean Chin goes down. Another free kick awarded to San Antonio FC. You know, we saw Stephen McCarthy. He might have been cramping on the sideline a little bit after that last goal. He was being stretched out by the trainer right in front of the San Antonio FC bench, but right now stays in the game, although it does appear we might get a substitution here for him as Biko Bradnock Brennan is getting warmed up here.
Yeah, it looks like he's just fatigued. Maybe he's carrying a little bit of something. Maybe got a cramp.
Indeed, Stephen McCarthy is going to come off here. So we take another look from this angle at the strike, and what a great ball again by Rafa Castillo. Mangles flying but off the fingertips and didn't get enough of it.
Yeah, I mean, from that angle, you can see how much the ball moved from I guess, the keeper's left to right, and he just had a tough time keeping his eye on it, and next thing he knew, it was behind him and in the goal.
So in the 71st minute, Biko Bradnock Brennan, who's a native of London, England, comes into the game. He makes his second appearance in San Antonio FC colors. Played collegiately at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. And he got into the final 5 minutes of time in Colorado Springs last Saturday. But comes in for what appeared to be an ailing Stephen McCarthy here in the 71st minute, as McCarthy, after the goal, again, you mentioned might have been fatigue, appeared to be cramping up here. He comes out. McCarthy, he's logged a lot of minutes here, as has many of the back four so far early in the season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's come out yet this season, so it's definitely unfortunate for us because he's obviously one of our main guys back there, and he's going to keep the team organized. But you know, if you're not able to go, if you're not 100% healthy, then you know the best thing to do for the team is get someone in there that can do it, and Biko's up for it, I'm sure. But it is unfortunate. Hopefully, he's going to be okay.
And once again, the space is all over the Tulsa Roughnecks' third of the field here as San Antonio FC looks for more already with a 2-1 lead here at the midway point of the second half. And again, it's Rafa Castillo with a drive, or Sean Chin rather, just outside the box with a drive, and that one went wide. And another substitution coming for San Antonio FC is Miguel Salazar is going to come on, and he will take out Sean Chin, who got our scoring started all the way back in the 38th minute. And what a game for Sean Chin, Ryan. A goal not only in the 38th minute, but he provided an element of attack that San Antonio FC certainly needed coming into this game tonight.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for much better than what Sean did tonight. I mean, he was dangerous every time he got the ball. He's really good with his feet. Obviously, the goal was massive for us at the end of the first half there. But he took his chance tonight. I mean, he was first start, and he did his very best, and he was dangerous all night tonight for us. So good for him, and hopefully it leads on to more.
Has to be a strong consideration for man of the match as well, too. I mean, he had 1 goal. He probably could have had 3 goals in this game the way it was going.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure he would love to have had maybe at least 1 more from a couple of those chances tonight. But like I said, just dangerous every time he got the ball. He did really well tonight, dribbling at players and making good choices, and he was rewarded with a goal.
So now for Tulsa Roughnecks FC, they need the equalizing goal here in these final 17 or so minutes. This one is headed well into the box. Trying to settle there was Ochoa, and a little bit too aggressive. The hard-working Carlos Alvarez, who once again has kind of been everywhere tonight for San Antonio FC, as you would expect he would.
He's the motor in the middle. He's always going to keep working for us.
Nice play by Victor Araujo, keeping it alive as he tries to fight his way for space, and unfortunately couldn't generate any. And we'll get a foul on the backside on Biko. So again, Tulsa Roughnecks FC scoring their first goal in 319 minutes when Kaleem potted one in the 49th minute of this game. Their first goal in regulation time since their opening game against Rio Grande Valley FC. And now yet still find themselves in search of an equalizer. Delivered dangerously into the box, and Josh Ford skying over the attack for that one and coming down with it, but he comes down hard as he certainly appeared to collide with the Roughnecks attacker going for that header inside, and that was the defender, Matt Watley.
What you want out of every goalkeeper is someone who's going to be brave in those tough situations. Unfortunately, it looks like there was a collision there. Looks like Josh is going to be okay. Hopefully, the Tulsa Roughnecks player is going to be all right. But that's what you want out of a goalkeeper. You want him to be brave, strong there, and he did his job and kept them from getting a header on frame.
And that looked a lot more dangerous, or it ended up being a lot more dangerous than it might have originally been anticipated on the delivery from outside. But, you know, as a goalkeeper, you've got to have quick instincts and make a quick decision. As you point out, not only bravery, but you've got to make the call. Am I going for the ball? Am I staying back? And there was no hesitation from Josh Ford on that sequence as he collided with the defender, Matt Watley.
Exactly. I mean, those are the ones right there. It's a tough ball right there in between maybe the penalty spot and the top of the 18, and you got to decide if you're going to come out, you got to come out. If you're not going to come out, then you got to stay in the goal. And he made a quick choice, and it was the right one. And now we end up with the ball, and we're on our way.
Carlos Alvarez finds a seam and a little daylight. Now tries to thread one to the top of the 18, looking for Victor Araujo. And taken away. Pellegrino. There with Balubi in the middle, and Salazar is tripped up, will draw a foul call. A rivalry is born Saturday, May 7th. Houston Dynamo affiliate Rio Grande Valley FC Toros. Tickets start at just $10. Log on to sanantoniofc.com. And some home cooking coming up here, as you'd expect for San Antonio FC. They get Rio Grande Valley FC at home here next weekend. Then they go to Oklahoma City, but then right back at home for games against Oklahoma City and Rio Grande Valley FC once again. Here's another opportunity as this is lifted over the crossbar. Well, San Antonio FC here in the 78th minute, a 2-1 lead. Rafa Castillo, the go-ahead goal in the 68th minute. His first goal in the young season after 17 of them over the last 2 years playing on this pitch. Abador, as he looks up for Christian Mata, but well defended again. And now San Antonio FC trying to counter, and Jason Johnson upended, but referee Vega says play on. McBride nods this one down. And Araujo with a takeaway. As Victor Araujo finds a little space, tries to send one through for Rafa. But getting back, Gary Chetterazzo is deflecting it back to the goalkeeper. Araujo once again. As the attack setting up by San Antonio FC. And the way they're attacking, you would think they were down 2-1 in the game here right now in the 79th minute. But they are up 2-1. But they have Tulsa back on their third of the field right now.
Yeah, San Antonio's doing a good job right now, just trying to keep the ball, kind of spin up some of the minutes here, the last minutes here of the game. Best way to do that is obviously to keep possession of it, but doing a good job just keeping the ball for us. Hopefully just limit any mistakes. And
as the offside flag goes up there on Carlos Alvarez, he was looking to extend the lead and just a little over anxious. Well, for San Antonio FC, they find themselves here 10 minutes or so away from not only pocketing their first victory since opening night, but their first home win here at Toyota Field, which anytime you're a new club, you get that first home win in front of the support and the supporters that have been with this team, particularly where most of the games have been away on the road. There is no sweeter feeling.
Oh yeah, the guys have been itching for this game to happen, and I know they're dying to get the win, not just for the club's sake and getting the points, but most importantly, I think for the fans. They enjoy playing in front of their home fans here. The home fans are amazing, and nothing better than rewarding them with the win.
Kaleem trying to work his magic again as he's over there with Christian Mata. Mata is an interesting story. He came on here in the second half for Taylor Morgan. He is the first Tulsa native to play for Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Christian Mata, who went to the University of Tulsa, but he also attended Union High School in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So kind of a neat story is you get a chance as a hometown guy to play for your hometown club. Christian Mata now in his second season with the Tulsa Roughnecks. In the 81st minute, 2-1, San Antonio FC looking to put this one away for their second win of the season and what would be a huge 3 points in the table. And another substitution as Manolo Sanchez getting set to come on for Victor Araujo, who's actually down on the field right now in pain.
Put in a lot of miles tonight, a lot of minutes. Been working really hard, so I'm sure his legs are feeling it. But he put in a good shift today.
Well, there's certainly, and you can attest to this, when you are a substitute for the first 5 weeks or 4 weeks of the season, and then you're asked to go in and put in 80 minutes. I know it may not sound difficult when you've been doing this your whole life, but that's tough, no question about it.
For sure, definitely it is tough. It is tough. You do whatever you can when you're not starting games to stay fit, but there's nothing like actually playing in a game and being game fit. And I think Victor did a very good job tonight. Went 82 minutes tonight, and he put in the minutes and the miles and really worked hard for us, and he did well.
Josh Ford trying to scramble away from Sammy Ochoa. Is looking for maybe another mistake from the keeper. Perhaps similar to last weekend in Colorado Springs that cost San Antonio FC the only goal of the game. Different story here tonight. 2 strikes for San Antonio FC and a 2-1 lead in the closing minutes. Cho will take the throw in here. Balubi working it back out top and now pressing forward. Here's the back four for Tulsa. Watley, who was involved in that collision with Josh Ford earlier, but appears to be no worse for wear. And now Sabatier. And Manolo is trying to work to the outside, well defended there. Manolo Sanchez making his 6th appearance of the season. He has come on 5 times as a substitute. He was originally drafted by New York Red Bulls. And we'll get another substitution coming on here for Tulsa Roughnecks FC, as Jason Ramos Carpio will enter the game. And he'll take out Balobi. But Manolo Sanchez, who we talked about this earlier, he played at your alma mater, Clemson University.
That he did, yes. A little bit after I did. But yeah, I'm 30 years old. He's a little younger than I am. So I think when I was my first year at Clemson, he probably was in middle school or something. But it's pretty funny to have someone from the same school that you went to, just a lot of different times. But it's fun. We talk about some of the same stuff we used to do and kind of little trouble we used to get into going around campus and whatnot.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. We'll get a corner coming up here for San Antonio FC, who is clearly in no rush as we're getting into the 86th minute here. San Antonio FC with a 2-1 lead and milking some clock here. And in fact, they've actually, as you'd expect, left 5 guys back outside the 18 as well. As this one's delivered nicely through, and Biko! Oh, he was close and put it just over the bar.
Yeah, he does well there. Gets up. He's a big boy as well. Gets up there, gets his head on it. But like you said, I think now San Antonio, anytime the ball goes out of bounds, anything, they're going to take their time. They're not going to take any risks. Just want to try to see out the rest of this game and put this win away.
Biko Bradnock Brennan, 6'3", on length as well, as you mentioned. San Antonio FC back end with a lot of size. And now for Tulsa Roughnecks FC, you see where they're playing. Their back four is all the way out of the midfield line. Mangles trying to clear this one well ahead into the San Antonio FC third of the field, but sent back through. As Kaleem will come back to get this one, and we'll get a whistle and the ball back to San Antonio FC. Henry trying to push the pace. Tulsa FC now in a position here where we kind of started the broadcast tonight talking about the organization, the structure and discipline of the back four of San Antonio FC. Hard enough early in the game to break through, especially difficult when you're looking for the equalizer late in the game.
Yes, definitely. I mean, now it's got check time for San Antonio FC just to finish out this game and get that win. So important to stay organized right now. And be aware the balls are going to be flying in from all over the place now. Tulsa's going to push numbers, going to keep hitting the ball as far as they can up the field. Direct. That's all they're going to do right now. So staying organized is very, very important right now. Killing the game, putting the ball in the corners, getting it up to Manolo and our forward guys just to waste clock and see this thing out.
Next Saturday night, our first Fox Sports Southwest telecast. San Antonio FC taking on Rio Grande Valley FC Toros. Dangerous ball here in the box. Rafa Castillo there in a battle. Manolo Sanchez in front, denied. Jason Johnson lofts it to the back post and in. And Jason Johnson will put it away at Toyota Field. San Antonio FC on their way to victory, up 3-1.
What a cheeky little finish this is by Jason. Just good work overall by everybody. Just not giving up on the play there. Rafa and Manolo not giving up on the play. Manolo actually gets a pretty free shot here. Keeper makes a good save, pops right back out to Jason. He's very, very clever here and chips it right over the keeper.
Third of the season for Johnson. Manolo couldn't believe he was denied, but well placed to the back post there.
Yeah.
Into the upper corner of the net by Jason Johnson. That's crafty work for sure.
No, that's not an easy skill to do right there. It was very clever, and that's pretty much all he had, though. He couldn't put it anywhere else, and he did very, very well with it. And obviously, a huge goal for San Antonio right now with a couple minutes left in the game.
One more substitution for Tulsa is Anthony Peters on for Gary Chenarazzo, but it is the supporters are high-fiving, and the fans are on their feet at Toyota Field as San Antonio FC has gone ahead 3-1 with a goal by Jason Johnson in the 88th minute. And Jason Johnson's third of the season, and there you see the supporters. They've been drowned in smoke throughout the night, but that smoke will be filled with happy supporters and a lot of smiling faces when this one is in the books. And Darren Powell told me yesterday, he said, you know, I'm not concerned about our scoring chances. We've had our opportunities. Our guys just need to see the ball go into the back of the net. Well, they did that here tonight. 3 goals matching their season-high output from opening week against Seattle.
Yeah, like we talked about before, the chances have always been there. The San Antonio FC, they create chances every game. It's just executing that final play, final ball, if it's a shot or it's a pass, whatever it is, and eventually it's going to go in for you. If you keep working and keep sticking to the game plan, eventually the goals will come. And tonight, as you can tell, 3 goals, they've come, and there probably could have been a few more, but we'll take 3 and get out of here with the win.
Carlos Martinez, another midfielder, going to come on here for, I believe, Matt Watley. They were signaling, but we'll wait and see here. We're going to get 4 minutes of stoppage time here. San Antonio FC on top, 3-1. And this will be a huge 3 points in the table for San Antonio FC. Of course, other games going on tonight across the USL. This could potentially get San Antonio FC into the top 8. And more importantly, Ryan, it'll give them certainly a lot of confidence and a lot of momentum heading into their next match next Saturday night here at home against Rio Grande Valley FC Toros.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely the key point there is now the momentum is there. Now it gives the boys an extra boost. They got a win, got 3 goals in, and now let's see if we can string some wins together and start moving up the table.
And I think that's the biggest thing. When all is said and done here, you're looking through 6 games at a mark of 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws. As Henry comes off and on comes Carlos Martinez here as we continue in stoppage time. Here's another look at the beautiful goal by Jason Johnson.
Again, that's excellent technique. I'm sure Manolo's going to kill himself that he didn't get to put the ball in the net and give himself a goal, but I'm sure he's happy that Jason was there and was able to put the ball away for us and hopefully here put the game away for San Antonio.
Johnson's 3rd of the season, which leads all San Antonio FC attackers. Sammy Ochoa back into the box. Dangerous cross. Defended well there by Biko, who's come on and played some good minutes on in substitute of Steve McCarthy. And time winding down here on Tulsa Roughnecks FC, starting their 4-game road trip, and it appears it'll start on a sour note as Kaleem was going to take the corner. And Well defended once again. Carlos Alvarez wasn't going to let that one get through. Back into the box, knotted down, and cleared away from danger. And maybe a final minute or so. Pellegrino's attempt. And now San Antonio FC on the counter. And the ball through Terrier. He's got space. Terrier slows. Terrier. As Manolo Sanchez. And a corner one for San Antonio FC, but they wait and look at referee Marco Vega to signal the time here. San Antonio FC looks like they will make one final substitution as Michael Reed will come on for Rafa Castillo, and really almost a chance for just Rafa to get a nice ovation from this home crowd here at Toyota Field.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Rafa was, he was a catalyst tonight. Obviously, he scored a great goal, and he just set up that last one with his hard work, but he was all over the place tonight, and I think the fans appreciate his hard work as always. He's a fan favorite, but he's one of the leaders. He's a veteran down there, so he was big time for us tonight.
Darren Powell is wondering how many more minutes stoppage time can go here as he turned over to his nearest official. Michael Reed drawing on very late here in stoppage time. There's San Antonio FC. They will celebrate their first win here at Toyota Field and their second win in 6 tries. And an attempt by Terrier, and Alex Mangle is able to settle that one down. And that is time. Marco Vega has blown the whistle at Toyota Field, and San Antonio FC has their first win on their home pitch as they have defeated Tulsa Roughnecks FC in the first matchup ever between these two clubs. The final score tonight, 3-1. San Antonio FC getting goals from Sean Chin, Rafa Castillo, and Jason Johnson to finish it off. We'll come back to Toyota Field. Final thoughts from this one is San Antonio FC with their first win here at Toyota Field.
The 2016 Toyota Camry, with its stylish exterior, advanced technology, and sporty handling. It'll make you look as good as it drives. Right now, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2016 Camry LE for only $199 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
We've worked pretty hard to become the world's largest independent refiner and to be America's 3rd largest producer of renewable fuels. But we've also worked hard to be named one of Fortune's most admired companies by giving over 125,000 volunteer hours a year, donating over 1 million pounds of food to local food banks, and building homes for Habitat for Humanity. To appreciate a company's true value, you have to understand the heart of its people.
Your summer plans just got a whole lot brighter. Saturday, May 14th at 7, it's Stars Basketball opening night. Grab a seat for as low as $10 a ticket and come early for a free throwback t-shirt to celebrate the WNBA's 20th season. Head over to sastars.com for more info.
Back here at Toyota Field, it is a celebratory mood jubilation reigning through. San Antonio FC has their first win on home field as they have knocked off Tulsa Roughnecks FC tonight by a final of 3-1. Once again, along with Ryan Rochandle, I'm Dan Weiss here in the broadcast booth. It's a great win for San Antonio FC, Ryan, but it is almost as great a win for the fans and supporters here at Toyota Field, who have probably been waiting for this ever since the club was announced back in January.
For sure. I mean, this win is definitely for the fans, all from the get-go. Proud of the guys tonight. They came out, they did what they needed to do, played, stuck to the game plan. Kind of got a little lax there at the beginning of the second half, giving up the goal, but responded really, really well, getting the next goal and the goal after that to seal off the win.
And the game winner tonight from a fan favorite, Rafa Castillo, his goal in the 68th minute, snapping the 1-1 tie.
And again, I think this was the momentum changer right here. Obviously, a great goal, got everybody going, and I mean, it puts us ahead. But it just changed the whole momentum of the game for us, and it was huge. Rafa, of course, coming up big, Mr. Clutch as always, and puts it away and gives us the win.
Ryan, pleasure. Excellent job tonight. Great working with you, and we hopefully will see you up here and around Toyota Field in the coming weeks, and we'll enjoy another hopefully big win for San Antonio FC in the coming weeks.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Great. Ryan Rochandle joining us here tonight. It's a big win again tonight for San Antonio FC as they've knocked off the Tulsa Roughnecks by a final of 3-1. The squad will return to Toyota Field pitch next Saturday when a new Texas rivalry is born against Rio Grande Valley FC Toros. Tickets are available for the 7:30 kickoff at sanantoniofc.com, as well as being televised on Fox Sports Southwest. For Ryan Rochandle, our entire crew, I'm Dan Weiss, thanking you for joining us tonight. The final score once again from Toyota Field, San Antonio FC 3, Tulsa Roughnecks FC 1. This has been a presentation of the USL and Spurs Sports and Entertainment. Good night, everybody.
Stretched out to the middle, back to
Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score!
Gerardo forwards. It's in! Rochester has the lead. And again, it's St. Louis.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.